We're more than midway through the month of September, which is Suicide Prevention Month. The Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan still has lots of ways you can get involved in the cause, and to find out more information, important life-saving information, we have invited Christy Buck to join us here today. Welcome to 8West.
Good morning.
Yeah, so the month of September set aside for Suicide Prevention Month. Really important that we focus attention on this.
Right, and you know, we need to be focusing on it all year long. We know that suicide is the second leading cause of death amongst 10 to 24-year-olds. So we need to be talking about mental health, depression, recognizing the onset of a mental health disorder every day.
Yeah, and we talk about it. The research, the statistics are just mind-boggling. White men, let's talk about white middle-aged men and the risk that they are at risk for suicide.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 deaths. And so the greater understanding is people are not getting treatment and they are going unnoticed with the onset. And so stigma has a lot to do with it. Obviously, we talk about stigma all the time, and so I still believe people don't understand what it is. And it is not actually confronting it and talking about it with someone. So the minute I am noticing a change in someone's behavior, that means I gotta step out of my comfort zone and actually talk to somebody about it. And so with guys in general, a lot of times they don't talk about feelings and emotions. Women, yeah, they might have their go-to girlfriends or their folks that they work at work that I can talk about my struggles. But men aren't gonna do that. So we gotta put down the conversation sometimes about sports and entertainment and bring up thoughts and feelings.
Right, exactly. So let's talk about, are there warning signs? Should there be something that if you're paying attention to or close enough to someone that you may be able to spot?
Yes, so many times, in 70% of people that have attempted, they report back that they communicated their thoughts and feelings. So in these circumstances, we need to be the detectives. So that would be listening for conversations that may include words of hopelessness, worthlessness, feeling like I'm letting people down, feeling guilty. Those things could mean that they might be struggling with someone. So I can't just say, oh, everything's okay, you're gonna be fine, just get over it. I gotta dig a little deep and have a conversation about what is depression and what's behind your feelings that you're talking like this. Many times people will post things on social media, write about it, talk about it. I've got to be the detective because suicide is preventable, and that is by recognizing the onset and having good conversations.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because you mentioned social media, and a lot of us are friends with people we may not even really know, especially in a position like I'm in, but I'll go through my feed and sometimes I'll see someone I've never even met in person and I'll see something strange and I'll send a direct message and just say, hey, is everything okay with you? Because I saw what you posted on social media. Is that kind of that inviting yourself in after you've noticed something that's wrong?
Yeah, you got it. We have to do that. We have to call. It's not really calling somebody out.
No.
It's calling concern and bringing up the point. And I do it too, Terry, and I think that I've really learned a lot since I've really been doing work in suicide prevention since '05. This has been our main focus since 2005, that, you know what, I have a responsibility. If I'm going to have these network of friends, I need to be paying attention and asking them. And in many circumstances, I'll get the big thank you for asking and reaching out, or it may even be, oh no, I was just kidding. And then also it's a lesson to everybody. We can't joke about these things because it is very serious.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about this 5-step. You have really broken it down here to make it easy for people who are non-clinicians and who may not have a mental health background in terms of their training to be able to be effective.
Yes. So first of all, it is the Be Nice Action Plan. Notice changes in someone's behavior for 2 weeks or longer. Notice the risk factors that might be going on out there. Pay attention, have conversations, invite myself. And then ultimately, I might have to challenge myself. If I'm really concerned about that person, I am going to ask them, are you thinking of suicide? And that question is the number one way to save a life is by asking the question. And what happens with it, Terry, is someone then will continue a conversation. I need to keep them safe. I need to be listening to them intently. No judgment. Nothing about everybody, they'll be so sad if you die. All of these judgment pieces, I need to be just asking more. What is going on? What's behind this? How can I help you? I want to also take away any means that they may have to take their life. So in more than 50% of deaths by suicide, the method is with a gun. And we are very fearful that it has anything to do with gun control. It has nothing to do with politics in this way. We know that that is a means. So I'm going to say, you know what, I'm really worried about you, and I am going to remove these guns. Will you allow me? Can I do that? Because I am so worried about you. It's all about the conversation.
Right.
It's about that eye contact. It's about the seriousness of having this conversation.
And do you find that people are relieved then that somebody is finally almost throwing them a lifeline? Like, my questions to you are helping you because I'm reaching out.
Asking someone if they are thinking about suicide is the #1 way to save a life, and it is opening a conversation. If I asked you that, Terry, wouldn't you think that I was really worried and concerned? That's what it is.
Yeah, that you've noticed that there's something
Care,
different.
love, concern.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about an event that you have coming up next month. I know you're really busy through the month of September, but next month you're really reaching out to communities of faith.
Yes, and we know that at many times when people are at a loss in their life, loneliness, feeling helpless, worthless, many times people end up at your church. So we are going again to bring awareness to our faith communities. So one of our sessions is focusing on pastors, priests, clergy about their own mental health and having that greater understanding for their responsibility and also how they also can be affected with a mental health disorder. So that's Bearing Hope, October 9th. We have plenty of spots available for folks to come and be part of this. It takes place at Hope Network in a beautiful conference center. Nice. So we're very, very excited about that.
Okay, so let's talk about also other events coming up for September, including there's one tonight going on.
Yep, so we have it's called Social Anxiety Night. We've got a speaker who he himself has struggled with anxiety, which can be crippling in itself, and that can be the onset of something even more serious. So this is an understanding of how serious social anxiety can be. We've got a conference tomorrow. We still have spots available, and this specifically is looking at post-traumatic stress disorder. We're working with Spartan Nash, the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, Forest View Hospital, and Give an Hour. So this specifically, we also are having the ability to gain CEUs. Those are credits for social workers. An amazing opportunity tomorrow. We've got our annual semicolon tattoo fundraiser. Please go on our website for more details about this. We will only be doing the tattoos on Saturday, and this is by sign up. A great movie is out, coming up for air at Celebration Cinemas, raving reviews. And then in addition, on October 10th, we've got a breakfast and learn at Macatawa Golf Club. And the intention of this is how can we bring Be Nice to our businesses? So it's directly talking to people that make decisions within businesses to bring more of a wellness aspect, talking about mental health.
Yeah, and I know that the education component has recently gotten that evidence-based criteria and classification. So we know that it works in schools. We know that that action plan also will work in churches, communities of faith, and in businesses as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chrissy. And I'm happy to be joining you guys tomorrow for the PTSD Clinician Training Conference.
Excellent. Thank you.
And if you are a clinician and you're looking for those CEUs, go online and register. Love to see you.
Yep.
And stay right there. More of 8 West when we come back. Don't go away.
That's West.